Everybody, this is Dr. K from Holistic Kids and Families. I created this video to share with you a story to outline the need for all of us to be aware of a toxin that's in many homes and most people don't even realize it. The story is about an adult that I actually take care of, and as a pediatrician I used to work a lot with adults, and I actually know this adult because of a prior place that I used to work at. And this poor adult has had severe chronic fatigue, gets sick all the time, has weird fibromyalgia, weird immune issues, has a reaction to just about everything under the sun. And oddly, I see the same reaction in some of the kids where they have all kinds of weird immune reactions. They have allergies to everything. They react to every food. And why I'm sharing this with you is I finally encouraged her to do a urine test, and sure enough, she had massive reaction to mold. And her house is totally clean, recently renovated, so forth and so on. This is exactly what I hear every time, and that's why I'm sharing this with you, because most people that have exposure to mold have no idea. I've had families where, they're like, no, there's no mold in the house, no water damage, and then they go and check their washing machine. They have one of those front-loading washing machines, and sure enough, there's mold. And in one case, they actually had someone come out. The guy took apart the washing machine, and there was black mold on the inside, because what do we do with front-loading washing machines? We wash our clothes, we close the door. What happens when there's moisture sitting in this compartment for months and years? Mold takes over. So, I've had families where they had one inspector come in, nothing. Another inspector came in, nothing. The third time someone came in, finally they tore open a wall and there was mold everywhere. And in this case, there was a little girl who had actually seizures. She ultimately may or may not have had weird developmental issues that came from the mold exposure when she was young. She was having chronic respiratory issues. So this is not something you want to take lightly, because if it's there, it can wreak havoc on your immune system and that of your child's, and especially your child. And for children, the reason why I get really concerned is if they get mold exposure early on, their immune systems never quite normalize, and it's just a disaster. So please don't take this lightly. One of the first things is, if you guys are in a home where one or multiple people are constantly getting sick, and it's not just kid is at school and they get a cold, but like there's chronic respiratory issues. It's like chronic allergies, except it's just ongoing. It doesn't change with the season, especially with the adults. You guys get bronchitis all the time, but it's also in multiple family members. You guys leave the house, you get better, you come back home, it gets worse. Don't take this kind of stuff lightly. Take this serious and talk to your pediatrician. There's testing that can be done. And I want to share this with you because I've seen this in some cases cause such horrible effects on the immune system. And in the case of children, I've had kids with weird rashes, kids with, again, these seizure-like episodes, chronic respiratory issues, chronic allergies, on and on, that were all related to mold. And we don't talk about this as much as we should, and we don't pay enough attention to this. If you guys have a front-loading washer, leave that thing open. In our house, I'm the mold Nazi. I put a fan in our washing machine to dry it out every time, because I've seen these kinds of things happen. And if you have any doubt and you've got a front-loading washer, just take the lip and flip it over. If you see black stuff over there, that's mold. And chances are there's mold inside. And there's ways you can use baking soda, vinegar to actually detoxify or clean the washing machine. But take this seriously. If you have any questions, feel free to jump in our Facebook group, join there, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you guys, because this is something we need to be talking about. Thanks for listening. This is Dr. K.